Hey, good morning, guys. What's up? It's Dawn. If for some reason you don't know me. Anyway, so I was having some thoughts this morning when I was actually in the shower. There were no snakes in my house today. If you missed that, yesterday was quite an interesting one here at my house. There were somehow 2 different snakes that I found that needed to die. That's a story for another day, another time. But I do my best thinking in the shower when I'm not thinking about snakes. And today, it became really apparent to me that I needed to talk to you a little bit about just letting go and moving on. Getting past that fear of making change. There have been so many times in the last even 2 years that I can see very pivotal moments in my life, pivotal pieces of time where I finally let go of the past, finally let go of the comfort that I may have felt in a situation to go for something different, to make a change. And those changes have been life-altering, completely life-changing. It hasn't just changed my life, but it's affected everybody around me. Because the reality is when you change, the people around you are going to change. So make the changes for the better so the people around you can feel the better. I know that change is scary. Believe me, I get it. Change is not something I typically handle very well at all. I'm like a creature of habit, a creature of routine. I like comfort. I don't like being uncomfortable, which was really unfortunate because I was a spouse of a soldier in the Army, and so we moved a whole darn lot, and so change was just something that I struggled with, but I've gotten better over time. And I want to talk to you a little bit about letting go and knowing when it's time to move on. So many of you are out there stuck knowing that it's time to make a change, stuck knowing that you need to get healthier, that you need to finally start doing some activity. Or maybe you're already doing activity. Maybe you're already taking those steps to do better with your nutrition, but you don't want to make a bigger change. You don't want to do something different. Even though you're not necessarily getting where you want to, you're being a little bit stubborn, maybe a little bit prideful, more likely fearful of making a change, because even though you're not getting to where you want to, you feel comfortable. And I get that. But it's time to make a change. And this is kind of the mentality and attitude I've been having lately, especially when it comes to something like that. Make a change. Try something different. What's the worst that can happen? You stay where you are right now, right? I mean, there's no big change can happen if you don't take that step. I look at my sister's made a huge change lately. She typically is somebody that runs. That's all she does is run. Hey, Taryn, what's up? So she's a runner, and she, after a lot of discussion, finally jumped in a group that I have going on, and she's taken on some weightlifting again. And for her, it was a fear thing because she hasn't lifted in so long, and she's a former athlete, and she knows how sore you get when you first start doing that. Also, running was a comfort to her. But making that small change, adding and incorporating this new group in, has changed some of the dynamics of her relationship with her husband because they're doing this together. It's enhanced the running that she's already doing. It's strengthening her body in new ways, but it was scary. She was doing good running, but making that change and finally letting go was huge for her. I want you guys to look at the same idea and concept in the other areas of your life that you feel stuck. I was so stuck in various relationships at various points in my life. I mean, how many of you have been in just a relationship that was toxic and you knew you needed to not be in it anymore? But even though it was toxic and even though you were getting nowhere, there was still comfort in it. There was still some sort of comfort in not changing things up. Like I said, all of this was coming to me as I was in the shower this morning. I had just watched a video from a friend that she posted in our group, and we're doing this Dare to Dream segment in our group, and we're just talking about dreams and goals. And this person came into my life at the exact right time because I finally was able to let go of past relationships and past hurts and past things that weren't getting me closer to where I needed to be. And by finally letting go of that past hurt, I was able to be open to something new, something different. I was able to be open to a friendship that was going to get me farther in life than a past one, if that makes sense. I want you to look at work, at your job. Where are you holding yourself back? What do you have to let go? What do you need to change up? Because if you're not progressing, and if you kind of feel stuck, it's because there's something holding you back. You've got settled into the comfort, and it's time to move on. This was a huge, and then, you know, of course, I wanted to tie several aspects into this because this isn't always about health and fitness. This happened with my faith. This happened with my faith years ago when I grew up in a Protestant faith. And I was really feeling like I needed something different, something more. I needed a change. But it's really hard, and I was comfortable. But I was also a little unsettled. I knew that there was something different, and I went through this conversion process. If you follow me a little bit, you know that I'm Catholic now. And for me, letting go of that past, even faith life, opened myself up to something totally new, one of the absolute best decisions of my life. And I look at the best decisions of my life, even just over the last couple years. And it's when I could have stayed and been comfortable and been just fine. I could have stayed and been comfortable in my business where I was at. But I developed a new relationship, a new partnership with somebody that is pushing me beyond what I knew possible, showing me different ways to look at things. Because again, I was able to move on. Same thing with my faith. I felt solid in my faith, but almost like I was stuck. Like I was comfortable, but a little bit unsettled. And I knew I needed something different. And it took stepping out to do that. Where do you feel comfortable, but yet a little bit unsettled, a little bit unsatisfied? Take that leap, take that step. I'm here to challenge you. And I know most of you that follow this page and follow me, it's because something in you knows that you need that change in your fitness and nutrition. And I'm here to tell you, and I'm here to guarantee to you, that if you start to make changes in your fitness and nutrition, if you start to take care of your mind and your body and your soul, you start to fuel it with the proper foods, you start to give it the proper activity, and you surround yourselves with a loving, caring, supportive community that is going to push you and hold your feet to the fire when you want to quit, your entire life is going to change and be better. You make this one change and it's going to cause a ripple into your life. So if you're sitting there on the fence, if you feel kind of comfortable where you're at, but still a little unsettled, maybe your clothes sort of fit, but you want them to fit a little better, it's time to frickin' talk. It's time to get off that fence. It's time to jump into this craziness that I have going on, because I know some of you think it's crazy. In the last 2 weeks, I've connected and reconnected with some really important people in my life. I have a former teammate that finally said, okay, I'm going to try what you're doing. Somebody that I know thinks I'm absolutely bonkers and out of my mind, but she was finally ready to make a change. And in her brain, why not try this? It's not going to set her back. The worst that happens is she stays where she was, but at least she's making the effort, and she's not going to stay the same. She's going to change forever. I have another couple that joined me this past 2 weeks, and they're working together towards getting healthy, towards getting fit, something that they didn't want to invest in something like this. They have a lot of friends that do these kind of businesses, and so they're very careful and a little bit leery, and they want to have all the information and all the answers, yet at the same time, they were comfortable where they were, but they knew they needed something a little bit more. They were a little bit unsettled, and then they took the leap, and they are forever going to be changed. I have another friend that's come back for the same reason. She finally started getting back into her activity, getting back into her groove. And her body was starting to change, but not the way she wanted to. And she was comfortable starting to see some small progress, but knew she needed more, knew she needed the community, knew she needed a better plan, that she needed to stop figuring it out on her own and just follow a plan. And I have a cousin that finally wore down. I don't know if she was sick of me asking, but is finally stepping in and being a part of what we're doing. This may not have been my most successful month as far as the numbers go, but this has been my most successful and rewarding month by the people that have come in and joined me, by the people that are finally saying that it's time for change and taking the steps to take care of themselves. And I want you to be part of it. I want you to be part of this next group that we have going on. My friend and I are adding new people every single week. And we want you to be one of the next couple that starts with us on Monday. We want you to see how you can do so much more than you realize you're capable of. How you can make changes that you didn't know you had in you. How you can gain strength in areas that you didn't even know that you had strength to gain. Gain confidence that either you never had or has been buried and hiding, where somewhere along the way you broke a little bit. And then get discipline back in your life. Discipline in taking care of yourself. Discipline in doing what matters. Guys, it is time. It is time to reach out. It is time to talk. It is time to take care of you. It is time to stop feeling comfortable and let go. I am willing to guarantee you this will be the best decision you ever make for yourself and your family. If you put in a little bit of effort, if you put in a little bit of time. So with that, I'm going to leave you because it's time to go find and connect with more people and figure out who's going to be the next one to join us on Monday, who's going to be the next one to change their life forever. If you want to see what's happening in this group because you don't believe me, because I wouldn't believe me either, I'm nuts, right? But if you want to see what's happening in this group, let me know. I would love to add you so that you can just take a peek and see the men and women that are absolutely crushing this program and making forever changes in their life. All right, with that, I will leave you. Have a fantastic, I don't even know what day it is, Wednesday maybe, hump day? Have a great hump day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.